right here on CRN. Winemakers, superstars, wine growers, and more. With Larry Van Alst, what's cooking on wine? The Sonoma Report.
Welcome to Divine Love Talk with Dr. Parthenia Grant, where we talk about health, well-being, and the love of the divine that exists in all of us. Now, here's your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant.
Okay, so look, I've got another amazing show lined up. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can raise your reverence and awe for all things divine, right here on Divine Love Talk. I'm your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant, and in studio, we have the vivacious and dynamic and amazing Athena Castaldi, Starseed. She and I are both Starseed people. And Athena has a YouTube series called Raising Reverence. And she also has a new song that is nominated for what, Athena?
It's a Global Peace Song Award.
All right.
Yeah.
And so you'll get to hear part of that song in after this segment, after the commercial break. So hang in there after this commercial break to hear. The name of the song is
Supreme Grace Light.
Supreme Grace Light. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, and we're going to give you all kinds of tidbits on how you can raise your vibration and your consciousness just by becoming more in awe and seeing the divine in yourself first and in everything else. So, Athena, let's talk about the whole impetus and the idea behind your YouTube series. You've done how many of
we're
those
on show
segments now?
95.
Show 95. This woman is...
We just started. So
yeah, she's a dynamo.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been about 8 weeks.
Wow. In 8 weeks. Okay.
8 weeks, yes.
91 segments. Whoa.
95.
95 segments. Okay. So what's the idea behind the series?
Well, basically, I'm a mother. And I actually got pregnant at 40. And I actually took off from my career, and I decided to take a big, huge sacrifice and say, I want to raise my daughter for the first 5 years and pay 100% attention to her. And I just came out of retirement, so that's been exciting. But when I really thought, you know, when you're a mom and you come in touch with your mortality, you say, what does my life mean? And why am I here? And what am I doing? And having a daughter, I was like, what is the best use of my vibrational energy? And it was to raise my own reverence, my own physical body, my own emotional state, my own mental clarity, and my own spiritual disposition. So the show is really about all the different ways. It's a lifestyle show that one can raise their reverence. And this is just one way that I'm doing it.
Okay. Now, would you give the definition of the word reverence? It's such a beautiful word.
Well, the definition of the word reverence is in awe of the divine.
How about that?
And it's so beautiful. We were up at the top of Topanga, her father and I, and we were on a full moon meditating. I think I was 6 months pregnant, and my grandmother was psychic. And when my mom was pregnant, she said I came to her in a dream, and I told my mother my name. And my birth name is Tina Renee, which means river reborn.
Wow.
So I said to her father, let's not name the baby. Let's let the baby's soul come to us and tell us her name. So we sat in a meditation on a full moon in top of Topanga, and she came to her father and she said, my name is Reverence. Wow. So he just started crying. He started crying and he said, it's reverence, it's reverence. And I said, reverence, that sounds like a verb. And he goes, no. Feel the frequency, feel the vibration of reverence. And then later I looked it up, and it actually, reverence was a noun and a verb.
How about
and
that?
It was for clergy people who actually were talking about God, emanating God, and teaching about God. So her frequency is to carry the vibration of being in awe of the divine.
Oh, what a beautiful story. And you know, one of the things that I'm all about on the show is how we can reconnect to the divine. And there's so many paths. And I just want to encourage everybody out there, while we're sharing this path, find your own, and then take whatever resonates with you that we're sharing on the show and run with it. And if it doesn't, let it go. It's all good, because all paths can lead to the divine. If your intention is sincere, that call will be answered. So let's start out with, you were talking about, as a mother, the best thing you could do was raise your vibration and frequency. And, when we're parenting or we're in any kind of relationship, if we don't see our children or our partner as our beloved and speak to them as if they are divine, as if it was a manifestation of the divine, which we are, we are manifestations of the divine, then we take the reverence out of the relationship. Right? So what are some of the things that you're doing every day? I know you just did a fast.
Yes, I finished a 40-day fast.
Wow.
And I did the first 14, 15 days was just water and teas and coffees. And then the second portion of that, and this is all on the Raising Reverence show, so you can see how to do it if you're interested, Raising Reverence.
On YouTube.
Was juicing.
Okay.
Juices, and then intermittent, like nuts and seeds and, probiotics and germinating the seeds. But what's really...
But was it all liquid? Were you blending the seeds?
I did. I blended everything. I have a blend tech.
So you were sprouting the seeds.
And then blending them and putting probiotics and doing the juicing. And when you do the liquids, you know this, you save a lot of your digestive energy. So we spend, 80% really breaking down the food.
Trying to digest food.
So if you don't have to break it down, your body can then use that metabolism to extra energy to clean everything up, and then you can start rebuilding. And
it
rebooting.
can repair itself. We can reboot and repair.
Right.
Yes.
So one of the things I'm doing is asanas. It's a yoga practice.
Yes.
I have a program that I started in Brentwood. It's called Light Body Fitness.
All right.
And it's on lightbodyfitness.com.
Yeah.
And it's kind of my version of a mystery school.
Yeah.
Which is, in the mystery schools, the first thing they do is they prepare the physical body.
Right.
Then you can address the emotional body. Because if you can't think clearly with your food, you can't address
we're
the emotions.
Four bodies. We're not just one.
Right. So the fitness is the foundation.
Yeah.
And that's the diet and the exercise with the yoga and the 5 Tibetan rites, which you introduced to me. Thank you very much. If you haven't seen that, it's amazing. She does it. I started teaching it to all my clients. And the other thing is what we did with you yesterday. Reverence and I came over to Parthenia's and we washed her feet. And I think that's one of the most holy things you can do is take someone that you love and put their feet in warm water with salt scrubs and bless their feet and wash their feet and honor them, because that's the service of what someone does when they're raising reverence, is honoring you as the divine. So for me, you are the divine feminine, you are the divine mother, and you are a divine mother.
And so are you. and before that, you allowed me to dress you and reverence,
so beautiful.
and just transform the two of you into the beautiful little goddesses that you already are, because that brings me joy to see beautiful women, and all women are beautiful. We all have our own beauty and our own magnificence and our own light, but just seeing women step into that femininity and that energy and that power, which we tend to play down.
Right. And another thing we can do...
So talk about how that felt, though. About stepping into your femininity. Because so many women have emasculated themselves.
Well, I am one of them. And if you're one of them, this is a very important lesson to learn when we're actually balancing the masculine and feminine energy to raise our reverence, because we have to be balanced. We have to have it has to be synchronized.
You're a woman. It's okay to be as feminine.
So sometimes... When you're trying to make it in the world, when you have to be a mother and father, I'm a single mother, so I got into my masculine energy. And when you put, beautiful clothes on me and, inspired me to, do my hair more and my makeup and be into the beautiful goddess and try on outfits, my daughter and I were going crazy.
She was so cute.
It was so beautiful.
I gave Athena this adorable top, and it was kind of like a little dress, and she came out and she's like, well, Mommy, this is for me.
And we talked about, the red tent, and in the ancient times that women spent time raising reverence, dancing for one another and honoring one
Nurturing
another,
each
and,
other.
and anointing each other with oils, and combing each other's hair, and having each other feel beautiful. And remember Mary Magdalene, when she washed the Christ's feet, she took her hair and she dried the Christ's feet.
Right.
And the new Aquarian age is that we are the new coming Christs. You're the Christ. If you're the
All of
beloved
us.
in front of me.
Yes, yes.
And another thing that I teach my daughter to raise reverence is to do service and seva and to clean. So we spent time as goddesses cleaning with each other, and cleaning, I feel, is called soul polishing.
Yeah, and I saw what you were doing. Athena and Reverence spent the night, Friday night, and then she got up and she helped me do the dishes and clean up, and she told Reverence, she said, "Now see, this is what we do. We always leave someone's house in better shape than it was when we came there." And I was taught the same thing. I'm from the South, and I just would never come to somebody's house.
It feels
and leave it
good.
Of course, right?
It feels like love.
And people want to invite you back.
Well, I do, because I'm actually so my light body's here, and then I sweep your floor, or I wash your dishes, and then I expand, and and then I put something away, and then we took out the trash together, and we were like in community and in service for one another, and it makes my heart open.
Yeah, and I'm always happy that I always have good, healthy food.
Oh, you have the best food.
And
She's got the best food. If you ever want to go to her house and spend the night, it's like a 5-star hotel, restaurant. Actually, it's like a retreat,
right?
Because all the different. What do you have? Those little hot potatoes.
I did. I dehydrated some sweet potatoes with lime juice.
So good.
And cayenne. Yeah, and so it gives me joy to be able to nurture people and to make them feel at home and give them my homemade kombucha and my homemade healthy food.
One of the holiest things you can do is feed another being.
Don't you think?
And you always feed me when I come to your house. You always feed everybody. Yeah. So that's another thing anybody can do. It's very simple. When someone comes into your house, you can feed people. So I lived in an ashram for 2.5 years. I just got out. I just left there really on January, but I studied the lives of saints for the 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And the most holy thing that they all did was feed people.
And people overlook that.
No, it's so
and
brilliant.
Coming from the South, it was like if anybody came into your house, you fed them. And you were honored to feed people.
I have goosebumps. I mean, just thinking about feeding people. So I intentionally think about packing extra food in my car, bananas, or anytime I see anybody on the street, I give them food, or I give them any extra cash that I have, or I give them a blessing. If I don't have anything, I bless them, and I take time to look into their eyes.
Yes.
They want to be seen, and that raises reverence.
Thank you. All of these little things. I mean, you think that they're little, but they're huge.
They are.
Right?
They are, because they go dismissed. And I remember Mother Teresa was on a radio interview, and the host had said, "What can I do for you, Mother Teresa? What can I give you? Can I give you some money?" She goes, "No, if you want to do something for me, wake up at 3 a.m, go out into your own neighborhood and see someone who feels alone and convince them that they're not."
Thank you.
Share that love of God with them.
That gave me chills.
So it could just be a look or a smile or a blessing. And the reaction that I get when I go up to the people that are, I want to call them home free.
Yeah.
Because the earth is our home. We're never homeless.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. But you just want to look into their eyes. The power of that Shakti when you bless someone, because your soul looks through your eyes.
Yeah.
I mean,
because and I've always done the same thing, and my kids do the same thing, and just sometimes talking to them and getting their story about how they ended up there, you will be blown away. And it always reminded me that in America, most of the people, I'd say 97% of the people, are literally 3 or 4 paychecks away from being
not
homeless.
even that anymore. Sometimes one.
Yeah.
You know what I have been doing recently? I used to teach a 6-week class at PATH, which is helping people find assistance for being homeless. And I did a 6-week course on Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey.
Oh, I love that.
So what I started doing is I started getting colored pencils and notebooks from the 99-cent store, easy. And when I see somebody homeless, I ask them to rewrite their story. I give them some colored pencils and a notebook, and I say, we're creators of our own reality.
Okay, well, we're coming back after commercial break. I have Athena Castaldi. What's your website?
It's lightbodyfitness.com.
Lightbodyfitness.com.
And it's Lite.
Lite. And you will be able to hear her new song after commercial break. So hang in there. for Supreme Grace Light. You're listening to Divine Love Talk. I am your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant. And check out my mantra to balance this bad weather around the world and participate with me for the next 30 days with that mantra.
Experience the romantic getaway you deserve at Maui's premier bed and breakfast, the Plantation Inn. With plantation-style architecture and decor combined with modern amenities such as dual rain showers and whirlpool hot tubs, guests relax in a tranquil oasis in the heart of Maui's historic Lahaina town. The inn is situated conveniently less than 2 blocks from Lahaina Harbor, as well as the famous Front Street, known for its range of shops, restaurants, gallery walks, and museums. The Plantation Inn is home to Gerard's Restaurant, voted Open Table's top most romantic restaurants in North America. Chef Gerard's contemporary island French cuisine consistently earns some of the highest ratings in Hawaii. Come discover why Hawaii Magazine readers named the Plantation Inn #1 best bed and breakfast in Hawaii. Visit theplantationinn.com or call us at 667-9225.
Hi friends, this is Larry Minetti. Go to LarryMinetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. Also, there is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryMinetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for 2. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294. Attention CRN listeners in Arizona. Now all of your mortgage needs can be handled by Advance Capital Mortgage. Looking for a reverse mortgage, refinance, new purchase, or just to streamline your FHA and HARP? Our rates are great with dozens of lending solutions. Call Advance Capital Mortgage, 855-437-8421. That's 855-437-8421. 855-437-8421. MBO 91903, MLS 716936.
Global Peace Song Awards. Now, very quickly, what is the song about? It has a mantra, and what's the purpose of it?
The purpose is to actually have the Supreme Grace Light come down through your heart chakra and share it with humanity.
Okay, and what does the mantra mean that you're
The
doing?
mantra means that you're blowing off all illusion in this dimension, and you're illuminating the sun that is within you. The same sun that's in the heart of God is inside of each one of us.
Wow. Okay, so let's now hear Supreme Grace Light.
Thank you.
All right.
It opens up with actually an invocation.
Sonic devotion to the Almighty Supreme Grace Light, the creator of the cosmos from which all existence is born. Bless us with the remembrance of infinity, so we are continually connected to the celestial realms. Color our souls with a kaleidoscope of transcendent sound that leads us into the vibration of selfless service to all creation. Soak us in the divine essence of our I Am existence, while bathing us in the almighty oneness of everlasting remembrance, kissing our consciousness into the ineffable splendor of thy beauty, and transmuting all karmic ignorance and suffering into the greatest gifts of grace. Through the light of a billion burning suns, may the divine grace within each of us shine as brightly as the morning stars. Purify us and guide our life path from the woundedness of adversity to the wisdom of why this present moment is our gift. May we ever presently meditate on the glory of the Supreme Grace Light, who is the embodiment of all knowledge and all wisdom. May the Supreme Grace Light open our hearts and pierce our souls and enlighten our intellect.
May the light of God bless you.
A little bit more of that after commercial break. You've been listening to Supreme Grace Light by Athena Starseed. We'll be back with more of Athena Castaldi's Starseed after commercial break, and we will be giving you more ways that you can raise your reverence and awe for all things divine.
Come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was the location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Manetti. Go to LarryManetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. Also, there is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryManetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Is your business paying too much for your water? Pure Water Technology provides the world's best, fully monitored, self-cleaning, bottleless water purification coolers for your employee drinking water. That's right, I said bottle-less. Because Pure Water Technology can provide you and your employees with a much healthier and cost-efficient alternative than what you're currently using. And we provide free trials. Pure Water Technology has technology unlike any other company. And you can save an average office over 6,000 gallons of water annually. So you can do your part for our California drought, save water, at the same time have happier, healthier employees. We use new reverse osmosis technology. It's available only through Pure Water Technology. No one else has this system. And we save water too. Log on to ditchthebottle.com or call 888-790-7873 for free information and your free trial. 888-790-7873. Call now.
All right, we're back with more of Divine Love Talk and Athena Castaldi, Starseed, and you just heard her amazing song, Supreme Grace Light. You can check it out on YouTube.
Yes, there's an incredible video that's an invocation that you can sit, and it's a meditation that I did for 42 days at sunrise, noon, and sunset, and people can do it twice a day or once a day. But if you're down, I've got clients that call me that are sad or depressed or struggling. They watch the video and boom.
Well, and
Go right into reverence.
I want to say that she came to my house and I coached her on how to do that video. We did it in one night.
That was my first time ever editing.
Yeah.
You helped me on iMovie.
Yeah, I showed her how
Women
to do
empowering
iMovie.
women.
Yeah, and she got excited about the video that I had done, and so we show people their possibilities, and that's what it's all about with women, helping each other, helping the planet, helping the men in our lives, step into their real power, which is not being macho. It's actually the real strength is in being vulnerable, being absolutely vulnerable.
Yes.
And, it just means that with the Aquarian age, we as women have to take our rightful place in society because we allowed it to be usurped.
That's true. That's true.
And there's so many ways that we're already doing it. You were talking about becoming more childlike. Reverence was in the song. Her daughter Reverence was in it.
So her
and
voice.
so what are some of the things that we can do to become more childlike? Not childish, because we got a lot of childish people.
Right.
But childlike.
So in this series on YouTube, Raising Reverence, I show several shows on how to be more childlike. And so I show some of the hoop dancing, and I show dancing with Isis fairy wings, and I show a whole segment where Reverence and I do face painting. And then we go to the playground, and I swing with her. And, you know, I'm not above going to a playground by myself and getting on a swing.
How about
and
that?
Singing and swinging.
Yeah.
And there's also a show where there's a tire swing that we used to pass every day on the way to school.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And I stop the car, I pull over, and I put her in the tire swing, and we sing 2 or 3 songs, and then I take her to school.
Yeah, and be in the moment, because children are always in
Present.
the moment. Yeah, and they're fully present, and they keep this wonder of the world, like everything is new to them. You know, when they see something, it's just so exciting. And I think we forget when we become adults how to look at the world through new eyes every day.
Right.
Even, you know, sometimes you pass by the same tree every day when you're walking the dog, and did you ever really, really look at that tree?
Well,
and
we
how
walked
magnificent
your
it is?
dogs the other
Yesterday.
day, and if you noticed, Reverence is accustomed to talking to the trees and
hugging
asking
them.
the fairies permission to pick the flowers,
Yeah.
and she's always picking me flowers and sharing flowers with me. Or if we see a big driveway, we call it a stage, because Shakespeare says the world is
The
but a
whole world is a
stage.
stage.
So she'll get on the driveway and she'll start doing a show for mommy, and she'll sing and dance, and to not be afraid of being a child, because
Exactly.
I feel we're souls and we incarnate, and it's like a big cosmic sandbox.
Yes.
And we're just little 5-year-olds bumping into each other's light bodies, and I'm sharing light with you, and you're sharing light with me, and that makes the world a better place and a brighter place, and that raises reverence.
And you and I were talking yesterday about how we can simply just make better choices in terms of our associations, and choosing consciously to be in relationships with men that revere and honor us, to be in relationship with women who honor themselves, and who actually understand reciprocity, and who have moved out of that competitiveness and backbiting and, oh, you know, I'm jealous of you because you're this and you're that, instead of owning what they came here with and making the best of who they are. You know, they want to hate someone else because they can't be that other person. You can only be who you are.
Right. I think of life as the theater, because when you're in an ensemble, you and I are singing in harmony. I'm not competing for your lyrics. I'm
Exactly.
complimenting you.
Exactly.
And that cooperation and collaboration with women singing together, you and I sing together, and we walk together, and we
Yes.
dance together. We dance salsa.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things that makes us feel alive and passionate and
Yes.
beautiful.
Invigorating.
Right. And the mantra in the song is an invocation that actually raises your vibration in the head and then in the pineal gland, because those sacred syllables, the Arut Bedum Jyoti Tani Bedum Karune, that's a South Indian Tamil chant.
Yes.
By Valalar, who actually changed his body into rainbow light by using those sacred tones.
How about that?
And the Gayatri mantra, which is in the second half of the song, that Sanskrit actually also lights up. There's like 12 lights in the top of the crown. And when you see paintings of saints,
Yes.
those lights
The
are open
halos.
and the halo shines.
Yeah.
And we are all the sages and the saints of today. So how can we listen and sing mantras or sing songs or do activities that actually light up our own crown?
Yeah.
And that's the purpose.
And everything is sound and vibration.
Everything.
And music and mathematics. You know, music is mathematical. And so when people forget to bring joy into music and to listen to music that raises the vibration versus, you know, like when I hear music that's very harsh and jarring, it disconnects us from our heart. And so I think we can choose high frequency, like 432 hertz
the
music
song
like
is
yours.
completely in 432. Thank you, Ryan Matthews, music.com.
For producing it.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan Matthews, an incredible producer.
Yes.
He's actually a symphony trained musician.
You can tell.
Oh, he plays trombone.
Yeah.
delightful. He's very childlike. He's very magical, and he
there's
put it
so
all
many
in 432.
changes in the music, like as you're listening
It
to it all
rolls.
the way through.
It like life, because
Yeah.
here's the thing: is we wake up in the morning, we have all this passion, and then all of a sudden, there's these times in the mid-afternoon or in the sunset times
Yeah.
that actually calms down.
The energy wanes.
And I'm a Pisces, so
Yeah.
I'm a dolphin. I'm a
Yeah.
water sign, and I have been a record keeper with the whales. So I
Yeah.
communicate with the whales and dolphins. I'm a channel, and I wanted to put their messages in there. So in the
Yeah.
middle of the song, there
You
are
can hear
dolphin
it.
and whale messages
Wow.
with real dolphin and whale sounds.
I love it.
And they really want us to know that this planet is a training ground to test us on what we know.
Yeah.
And when we get to a certain level of frequency, it's natural to want to serve each other.
Absolutely.
To wash each
right?
other's feet or to feed each other.
To feed people, to dress each other, and
Yeah.
just to play together.
Yeah,
Right?
or anoint each other with oil.
Yes.
So beautiful.
I mean, and we're, the thing you and I were talking about yesterday is that we just have to model it. If we don't see it,
right.
we have to model it.
If we can't be the expression of that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Then
Yeah.
then who can? Who will?
Yeah.
It's us. We're here and we're now.
And the other thing you and I were talking about yesterday is that, this was the point that I brought up, is that I believe that the greatest commodity that will be in demand for the Aquarian age is authenticity and integrity,
And purity,
because it is so lacking, in the Piscean model.
Yeah.
There's just no integrity.
I am trying to look for a little picture of my daughter here to show you, because when you and I, let's see if I can show this.
She's gonna hold it up to the camera.
Can they see it?
Yeah, that's my top that she. I think you can see a little bit of it.
We went to the theater last night in Shakespeare, and she met a little 4-year-old, and all they wanted to do was feed each other and dance with each other and chase each other and play. And when you and I are in our purity and in our authenticity, we go right back to that 5-year-old, and we are in our innocence, and all we want to do is share and play.
Yep,
Everything I ever learned, I learned in kindergarten.
And there you go.
It's a play, but I mean, that's true.
Yeah, and that was one of my favorite books. So those of you who haven't read that book, Everything I Learned in Kindergarten, you should go out and revisit that book if you've already read it.
Yeah, that's the purity that we're talking about. And that's the beauty of just wanting to, I mean, I wake up and I think of things like, who can I help today and what can I do? And I look for those opportunities, so that I'm prepared for them, because I get a bump out of it. Really, it makes me feel good about myself.
Right. And, another thing that we were talking about yesterday, and then you came in today and said, oh, my God, because, I told Athena that when my kids were young, I took them to plays. I mean, they were like 2 years old, and they would sit and literally watch and pay attention to everything that was going on. And I said, Reverence is old enough. You can do that. Just tell her, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You listen twice as much, as you talk, and that's how you learn. And tell them, how
It was really brilliant. And it was actually it was
indoor theater.
It was an indoor theater at Santa Monica College. It was Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream, so it's still playing. You can go see it. And I played Puck in college. I was on a theater scholarship, so I had a creative and performing arts background. And I really wanted her to see the fairies.
Yeah.
And you dressed her like a fairy yesterday.
A little fairy.
So she was dancing around, and then I took a picture of her on the stage with her beautiful fairy top.
And she transformed when she put on that top.
Oh,
she was just like,
her
my-
behavior
right?
changed.
Everything. She lit
and
up.
my behavior changed when she dressed me. Talk about the story of Cinderella.
Right?
When women dress up as the divine feminine, as
Yeah.
the goddess, they turn into their own Cinderellas.
Totally.
And that points at purity. It points at transformation. It points at innocence.
And owning your own beauty. There's nothing wrong with that.
I know. It's so wonderful.
We've allowed people to take that, to shame us and to take that away from us when we all are emanations of the divine. How can we not be beautiful?
Right. And I think that going through those initiation processes, when you come into this dimension, you come in innocent and pure. And then as you have your rites of passage and you have to go through the turmoil of the darkness and the light, you get tested on that. And you
Totally.
lose it at times,
Yeah.
and then you regain it at times. And that's the hero's journey.
Yes.
And the heroine's return.
Yeah, the dark night of the soul. Let's talk about that a little, because
Whoa.
I think in terms of, being being in awe of the divine, it's a natural passage that you go through.
Yeah.
And I think so many of us, do everything we can to avoid it.
Yeah.
But I think if we walk into it with courage and faith and knowing that we're never alone and that there is some amazing lesson and gift on the other side of it, even though it's painful, going through it, I just want to encourage people, this is the year of purity, and we've got to be willing to look at our darkness. We've got to be willing to look at the things inside of us that are ugly about ourselves, and the things in people in our lives that are ugly, and say, you know what, I no longer want that in my life. That's okay if you still want to do that. I'm going to love you from afar, and that's your journey. But there are enough people out there that you guys can all play that little game together. but Athena and I, we want to play, a different game.
We want to share.
Yes.
We want to play. In the very beginning of the song, there's an invocation that says, your greatest, darkest adversity will turn into your greatest gifts of grace.
Always.
And in the video, it shows a woman holding a scarf in the sun, and she goes from darkness to light.
Exactly.
And that is the cosmic breath. It's collapsing and expanding upon itself. And that's what our souls do. Every day we die and we wake up. Every morning we get a brand new now chance to begin again in the innocence.
And to become a better person today than we were yesterday, and to become more courageous, and to be willing to look at the truth about the things in ourselves that we like to shy away from, but it's only in looking at them that we can heal them and become greater. We don't have to be ashamed of it.
I was in a meditation, and I did you see V for Vendetta?
Oh, I showed it in my classes.
Okay. So I
know
love that movie
by heart.
So I was meditating under this pyramid I had in my house, and I was sitting there, and I saw that don't ever get mad at the guard at the gate, because the guard at the gate has a gift. Right? There's always a gift of the guard at the gate. So when she was being tortured, if you haven't seen the movie, they put her in prison and they torture her. And only when she says, I am now no longer afraid, just take me, kill me if you're going to kill me, but I will not be intimidated by your fear.
Thank you.
They said, oh, you're not afraid? You're free to go.
And
she walks out, and the guard at the gate is a plastic guy.
Thank you.
There was nobody there.
It's the quintessential test that we all have to pass. We have to overcome our fears and stop letting other people rule our lives and intimidate us out of our greatness.
And the second part of that test was when she saw that her own friend set her up in that situation.
Of course.
She said, how could you do that to me? He said, you would have never had the courage.
Thank you.
The strength and the courage that you would have had you not really thought that you were facing your own death.
Exactly.
And
it's metaphorical. The whole movie, it was a metaphor for our ego, which has to die in order for us to be reborn. And if you remember that scene, with the rain, and he's standing, and he's a Christ figure.
I have goosebumps when you're talking about it. My whole body's going off.
Yeah, there's this purification. So we all have to go through the crucifixion. Whether it's metaphorical or literal. I've been through a few. I'm still here.
Yes.
And I'm here to tell you that when, the persecution stops the minute you say no more. Like when at the school, with all the persecution that I was going through, when I finally decided, I'm done with all these crazy, insane accusations. Why do I need to defend myself against people that don't even respect the truth? They don't even know what it is.
Right. What is it that wrongly accused the brethren?
They're called the accusers of the brethren. That's what Revelation calls it.
Yeah, and Jesus went through that.
He was falsely accused.
Right, and Padre Pio, and also Saint Francis, and all the different.
It's a part of the process.
It's a part of the process.
You can't take it personal.
I know.
And the minute I went, wow, I have nothing to defend. This is insane.
Right. And then you just go right back to your childlike innocence.
I was done. And I was like, okay, I'm done. Pass the test. Next, let me get out of here.
And one of the things, so I went from coming out here, doing a fitness career, being on television, doing radio, making $30,000 a month, doing all this wonderful stuff, then going through my dark night, losing everything, getting back into the value of who I am without my money and without my identity and without my ego.
And doing your spiritual work.
Well, for the last 7 years, that's what
all
I've
it's
been. Because you know what? When we leave this dimension, all we take with us is our experiences and the people that we loved and what we shared with. And it's starting to really transform me.
All right. Wow. We'll be back after commercial break, wrapping this up with a few reviews on how you can raise your reverence for all things divine. You're listening to Divine Love Talk. I'm your host, Dr. Parthenia Grant, and in studio is Tina Castaldi Starseed. And check out her video, Supreme Grace Light, and on YouTube, and my mantra to balance bad weather, because guys, you all know we're in bad shape right now around the world with these unbalanced weather patterns. On YouTube, mantra to balance bad weather.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names.
Really? Yeah.
They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Okay, we're back wrapping this up on Divine Love Talk. As you can see, we've got the precious little reverence in studio. And if you want to vote for Supreme Grace Light for the award ceremony, please go to my Divine Love Talk Facebook page, and there's a link on there, and you can go in and vote for Supreme Grace Light. And Athena, I'd like for you to close the show with a few reminders for people to raise their awe and reverence for all things divine.
Well, I think the universe blessed me with a child at 40 because I forgot a little bit to stop playing because I got too serious.
Yeah.
And so to be in your childlike heart, to remember to play in the innocence of who you are and to sing. And one of the things that you have really inspired me to do is to combine my fitness with my music.
Yes.
And sometimes we have to be reminded by our friends and our mentors. And Parthenia's
And get whacked over the head sometimes.
And a huge mentor for me to actually, that you can use all of your talents because we came here and God blessed us with a life contract and commissioned us for our mission. And we have to remember that. And that's what the song does. The song reminds you of who you are by having that illumination shine through your heart.
And sometimes we have made contracts to meet with people like you
Our
met
soul
with
family.
me. Yeah, our soul family, so that I could say, Athena, you can have it all. You know, let's just combine it and do it.
Yes, and reverence is in the song, and
Yes.
she raises my reverence every day. Do you have anything that you want to tell the audience to do to raise reverence?
Hi.
Just how about that? Say hello to everybody.
Yeah.
And very quickly, the homeless person that you gave the food to. Close the show with
so
that.
not only did I pack a lunch for the gentleman that I wanted to inspire, but I also packed 35 lunches, and I gave them to him to empower him to give those out. And before he ate any of the food that I gave him, he passed all of these lunches out, and he fed his brothers and sisters on the streets of Venice. His name is Major. You can actually go see him play. He sings the holy names of God. He does kirtan, and he's from Colorado. He came in and he sacrificed everything to just come and sing.
Wow.
So, I mean, you
How
never
beau-
know
how-
who you can inspire.
Exactly, and you never know when you're meeting an angel in disguise.
Exactly.
Right?
That's one of the Indian secrets and the saints is they say that Shiva's everywhere.
That's right.
Christ is everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what Mother Teresa saw. She saw in every person on the street the light of
divine.
Christ.
Exactly.
And that's why she wanted to help them and feed them.
And we really are a physical expression of God in manifestation. And I think if we can look at ourselves that way, we can treat ourselves better, we can love ourselves, and we can also look at other people and love them, even when they're choosing their free will to be dark and, you know, to do evil, which is just, you know, the opposite of living, you know, the opposite of, you know, choosing to use their light. But that's their choice, and we don't have to play in the darkness with them.
Right. I call it unknowingness. There's levels of unknowingness until you get to knowingness, until you fully remember who you are, that everything's God. God is omnipresent.
Thank you.
Yeah. And also, too, I just wanted to say that we're going to be at the One Love Fest. I don't know if you can see this.
All right.
The One Love Fest in Ojai at Lake Casitas. And I'll be
Yes.
performing there. So if you're in LA or you're in the area, please come out and catch the set.
Oh, totally. Yeah, and just
sweet.
get some
Like a
of that
bucket face, yeah.
energy, because Athena has so much positive energy in her performances. I did her boot camp, and it's, well, you know, it's tough, but it's worth it. It'll make you feel good about yourself.
And you look
know,
amazing.
If you make it through the 30 days, you just have to make a commitment to do it. So go to Divine Love Talk Facebook page and vote for the song if you love Supreme Grace Light. And we will be back next week with more of Divine Love Talk. And don't forget to check out Mantra to balance this really unbalanced weather around the world. You do have power, and we as humans were given dominion and authority over the earth, so there is something you can do about it. And I just want to remind everybody of that. Thank you, Athena. Say, you have anything to say? No,
She wanted to say, I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Stay tuned. Say it.
I love you. Hi, everybody.
Aw. Thank you for showing up, and thank you, Athena. And make sure you guys download the app, the crntalk.com app, so you can listen to Divine Love Talk on the go.
Which was most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Robert Conrad Show, The What's Cooking Show, and The What's Cooking